What is up, my dudes? We've got the Corporate Esports Association Dota 2 Spring 2019 tournament going on. Today we've got Team Twitter representing Twitter and Amazon DeepDivers representing Amazon. Let me bring up the standings real quick. So let's see. Twitter is 2-2 right now, and Amazon DeepDivers also 2-2. So gonna be a bit of a tiebreaker match here in this fourth week of the brackets. It's the Swiss format, so teams are paired up with appropriately skilled teams, I guess. So we're trying to figure out what the seeding should be for the playoffs. So right now these two teams have the same number of wins and losses, so gonna help determine the rankings a little bit better. So let's hop right into the draft. Amazon DeepDivers with a very early Ember Spirit ban. I like this a lot. I seem to remember that Team Twitter played a pretty mean Ember Spirit, and Ember Spirit is definitely a first phase bannable, first phase pickable hero. So great insight coming out of Amazon DeepDivers doing their research against Team Twitter. It's actually been quite a slow first phase banning.
Well, look who's come crawling back.
Okay. Oh, it sounded like someone DC'd, because Mr. Stanley Parable was like, someone came back. So you're gonna see Viper ban out. And actually used about a third of their reserve time already. So, you know, things, this draft might look pretty rough. Hopefully Team Twitter's had a lot of time to think about the draft beforehand, and mostly it was just someone left and they had to pause. I had to wait for them to come back. So you're gonna see Storm Spirit banned out for Amazon DeepDivers. I do say this a lot, Storm has a lot of counters. You usually only want to pick Storm if it's like this 10th pick, which Team Twitter does have, and it's a free game. So a bit of a wasted ban for Amazon DeepDivers, I think. And Sniper's the same deal, really. You usually don't want to pick Sniper unless you have the final pick. But we did see, was it Microsoft versus Amazon Fishing Boat V2? They picked a Sniper. Actually, no, there wasn't a 10th pick Sniper. But sometimes if you like pick a few like really strong frontliners, or you banned out, say, the Storm Spirit and the Ember Spirit, then maybe you can pick Sniper in like that 4th position as first pick.
Radiant team are now picking.
Gonna see Shadow Shaman coming out, so Shadow Shaman's a pretty good hero still. Don't expect him to be out of the meta anytime soon, just their Serpent Wards is so ridiculous. And everyone's been going Aether Lens first. It has a much easier build up than a first item Blink Dagger, and you get to see those super long range shackles. So yeah, just a pretty strong hero right now. Hits like a truck early on, 76 base damage.
5 seconds remain.
And also can be position 3 or 4, or 5 or 4. I would usually prefer to see Shadow Shaman as position 4, but then you have a Shadow Shaman in position 4, so very volatile pick if you the hero. If you make a lot of mistakes, you can get you get punished pretty easily. It's a very slow hero and very low ranged. Gonna see Dark Willow come out of Team Twitter, so I think Dark Willow is coming back into the meta a little bit. Been seeing her a little bit in the Ogre Pit Miners. It's just a pretty strong hero still overall. She got a huge buff to Bramble Maze early on. Gonna see Doom as well, so this is gonna be a really scary lane coming out of Team Twitter. Dark Willow Doom lane, and let's see how Amazon DeepDivers look to respond. If this Shadow Shaman goes into lane against this Dark Willow Doom, he's just gonna feed. So probably see Shadow Shaman go switch to the off lane. That's what I'd like to see. This lane is terrifying. The Bramble Maze, the cooldown at level 1 went down from 38 seconds to 25, which is a pretty huge buff for her.
Drow Ranger.
An early Drow Ranger pick coming out from Amazon DeepDivers, prioritizing the flavor of the month right now. Drow is a pretty strong hero right now, I'd say. Just has ridiculous farm speed if you can stack ancients for her, and outputs a ton of damage.
Only
gonna
10
struggle a little bit
seconds
against
back.
Dark Willow in lane, I think, so maybe keeping her as a bit of a flex pick, she can go mid or in the safe lane. But mid-draw range is a bit of a double-edged sword in my opinion, because once you hit level 6, you want to leave and go to the jungle, and that means someone else has to go mid, so your other lanes need to be doing well enough that she
10
can
seconds
leave the
to
lane
pick.
and a support can come in and get the experience and not feed,
5
hopefully.
seconds. Hurry, hurry.
Whereas if you go for a safe lane drow, your mid can stay in the mid lane and keep up the pressure there while she farms in the jungle. So I feel like I prefer safe lane drow these days, and mid lane drow is just it's a win more kind of hero rather than a win securely hero, if that makes sense. You should go mid drow if you're like convicted. You have conviction that your draft is a lot better than the other teams, which right now I'm not seeing any way they're. I mean, how are they gonna address this Doom and Dark Willow? It's so scary.
Only 10 seconds.
Gonna say Lich
5
banned out of
seconds.
Amazon
Hurry,
DeepDivers.
hurry.
It's
Radiance back.
It's a hero that doesn't get banned that often, but Team Twitter still has the position 5 available. It'd be pretty good against Dry Ranger with a 60% damage reduction for physical attacks. Also great against the Shadow Shaman wards. Gonna see PA banned as well from Team Twitter. Very good hero against Dry Ranger, so it makes a lot of sense. And they've already
10
banned
seconds to
Ember
pick.
and Storm, so there's a lot of heroes that with
5
catch
seconds
aren't going to be
remain.
able to catch up to this Drow anymore. It's going to be pretty hard to get it next to her. Twitter going deep into their reserve time on this ban. Just trying to figure out if Amazon DeepDivers is going to go for either Split Push or Death Ball.
Radiant team.
I feel like DeepDivers are probably just going to go for another Death Ball strat. They tried this last week, and it worked out pretty well. Actually, Microsoft, Motion, and the Roshan also went for a Death Ball strategy. We saw
Dire team pick.
also Microsoft in this week, week 5, also go for another Death Ball strategy. I like Jakiro a lot. Offers a lot of D push. If your lane is being pressured, you can just drop a Macropie and clear the creep wave. As long as there's no siege creep, it should be okay. So it will work most of the time to just stop the push from the
10
side of Amazon
seconds to
DeepDivers, or at least buy a little bit of time. Have to wait for the next creep wave.
5
I like this pick a
seconds.
lot.
Hurry,
Also with
hurry.
the Dark Willow, the Brambles is a nice way to set up the Ice Path. And I mean, Jakiro is the hero I've been spamming in pubs. I got from like Ancient 4 to Divine 3 with just Jakiro. Pretty close to Divine 4 now, so I'm looking forward to that. He's just a super strong hero right now. Had like a 60% win rate at ESL 1 Mumbai. I could see Amazon DeepDivers picking Rubik right now. There's a lot of great spells to steal, but then the problem is their lanes are going to be super weak, so it might not be worth it. So a pretty calculated Jakiro pick, I would say, from Team Twitter. This is pretty tough for Amazon DeepDivers. We've been seeing Necro with this Drow Ranger a lot just for the extra heal. Could be okay
Radiant team
against
are
the
now
Dark
picking.
Willow Doom lane.
Axe.
And we're gonna see Axe come out. So I feel like Axe doesn't do that well against Jakiro in the lane. Jakiro can just really pressure out this Axe because Jakiro does a lot of damage.
Only 10 seconds.
I don't know. Well, Team Twitter
5
might
seconds
look
remain.
to pick their safe lane now, so already revealing the offlane hero from Amazon DeepDivers. We'll see what they look to respond with. I think Jug would be pretty sick right now.
Dire team are now picking.
They're gonna go with Lifestealer, so a little bit of built-in magic resistance. There's not much in the way of Lifestealer bombs, but that's not what this hero is about anymore. It's about just existing with the Radiance and dealing a shit ton of damage over time. Gonna be able to just run at this Drow Ranger directly. Maybe we'll see phase drums as like the
Only
build.
10
Doom
seconds.
will probably be the one to buy the drums this game, so Lifestealer can
5
benefit from
seconds
that without
remain.
having to invest the money, and then just go straight into the minus Radiance that we always see from Lifestealer. But they do have the call to go through the Rage BKB, Rage TP, so not going to be the freest game for Lifestealer so far. I feel like he could definitely feel a lot of pressure from this like Shadow Shaman Axe lane if that's where the Shadow Shaman decides to go. I still don't think Shadow Shaman should go to the Dark Willow Doom lane, that's just too scary. But at the same time, up against Jakiro Lifestealer, he could also put himself in a lot of trouble. He can just rage and then run at the Shadow Shaman with open wounds, and the Shackles isn't going to help much against the Lifestealer because you got to stay in place as well. You're not going to be able to run.
Radiance ban.
Abaddon gonna come out of Amazon DeepDivers, so maybe this position 5 Abaddon that we saw a lot a few weeks ago, I feel like he's fallen off a little bit for some reason. I don't believe he got changed in any way, but his hero is pretty absurd. Yeah, no, he didn't get changed at all, so I wonder why we haven't been seeing him in the last few
10
weeks. He was
seconds
like
to
the
pick.
hot shit for a few weeks and then just completely
5
fell off in
seconds.
favor of
Hurry,
like
hurry.
Shadow Shaman and even Jakiro. But I think this is a great response from Amazon DeepDivers. It's going to be able to lane pretty well against this Doom and Dark Willow. Going to be able to keep the Drow Ranger healthy with the Mist Coil spam. Also be able to get some damage back onto the side of Team Twitter. And when you run out of mana, you just deny yourself with the Mist Coil and come back to lane with full HP and mana. So pretty obnoxious there. Also great with the Death Ball. So Team Twitter gonna ban out the Necrophos to maybe stop this
Only
Death
10
Ball strategy
seconds.
a little bit. I don't feel like Axe is the right hero for this kind of Death Ball strategy.
5
We've been normally seeing
seconds.
Underlord
Hurry.
that you know my Beta Runner gangs have been picking a lot with to go with the Drow Ranger.
Dire team
But
pick.
I do like the Necro pick. I don't feel like this is the kind of Death Ball-y game. The only catch is Axe to
Radiant team
start fights, and Axe doesn't want to be the one to build aura items. Gotta see Medusa. Oh, I love this. Medusa Drow. This is great. Maybe not gonna see as many. Maybe not gonna see the Drow Ranger go into the jungle. It's gonna be the Dusa, and with this bonus attack speed from Precision Aura, it's gonna let this Dusa come online really early.
10
They don't have
seconds
anything
to
to deal
pick.
with the Stone Gaze right now. Not many natural 4-star
5
buyers.
seconds
Jakiro usually wants to like save his pennies for a Yule Scepter so he can start the Ice Path. They're probably going to be forced into a 4-star. Dark Willow can build it too, but Doom and Lifesteal aren't heroes that want to build 4-stars.
Tinker!
And Tinker
badly did
from
they
Team
ruin
Twitter.
their strategy?
Tinker's finally made it through the draft. I'm really excited for this Tinker pick. I think it's going to do really well. Going to be able to de-push the side of Amazon DeepDivers a lot. It's going to be pretty hard for them to push into it. I gotta say, I like the lineup for Team Twitter a lot better, but this Dusa pick is also pretty great as well. I'm gonna put my money on Team Twitter this game, just because of that Tinker pick. They don't have much to deal with him, just the Axe for catch, and it's pretty hard to blink onto the Tinker. They have no natural mobility skills. So we'll see if this Tinker is able to get off to a rocking start. The main problem is like
Only
these 3
10
heroes,
seconds.
like Lifestealer also wants to farm for the first like 20 minutes of the game. So Jakiro, Doom and Willow, they're gonna have to achieve a lot this game, whereas Amazon DeepDivers, they can just push as soon as Axe get blink. So taking some time to get into the game. Not really sure what's going on here. So only the draft spammer in this game. Not many hero spammers, but I mean, if you spam Medusa, you're a horrible person, and if you spam Tinker, you're like scum of the earth. So I can respect that. So on the side of Team Twitter, we've got Lutz on the Tinker, we've got Vlad on the Jakiro, Spider on the Dark Willow, Ghostum on the Doom, and Havoc on the Lifestealer.
No, I'm going
the
to
side
go with
of Amazon DeepDivers. Oh fuck, hang on. I always forget the team names. It's very concerning. Yes, Amazon DeepDivers. We've got Wildebeest 561 on the Axe, Anathorn on the Drow Ranger, Bazinga on the Medusa, Dreamcaller on the Abaddon, and Debug This on the Shadow Shaman. It's just like completely zone out, and there's no like team tags, so it's like very hard for me to remember. So anyway, early on we're gonna have this, actually the Axe Shadow Shaman? Oh, no, yeah, Axe Shadow Shaman.
30 seconds to
Yeah, this makes sense. This is what we want. We don't want the Shadow Shaman to go up against this, Doom, Willow thing. That's like super scary. So, gotta see an early 2-man dual breath of that mana efficiency. But I mean, Jakiro doesn't have that much mana. He only gets 3 dual breaths early on, so it's gotta make these count. And it looks like Axe and Shadow Shaman will be able to zone out the enemy team from
now,
these runes.
murder each other for my
Doom
amusement.
standing on the baddie rune there, and actually Abaddon manages to pick it up in front of the Dark Willow's nose, under the nose of Dark Willow. So gonna be 3 baddie runes going the way of Amazon DeepDivers early on. Great start for them already. Mid lane, Dusa missed her block a little bit, so gonna be a little bit disadvantageous. Also has to deal with this laser spam, so gonna be really annoying for the Dusa to get last hits in this lane. In terms of kill potential, maybe bot lane would be the one where it's most likely. On the Jakiro, it's just actually early point in Hex on Shadow Shaman. I've pretty much never seen this before. Hex is definitely his worst skill at level 1. So a little bit questionable from Debug This. Just you know, either go for the shackles because you can get kills, or you can go for the ether shock so you can just get some more, pump out more damage. But that Hex, I guess, is going to help him run away from the Lifestealer, because if he shackles the Lifestealer, well, he's not going to be able to run away, and the Jakiro can just hit into him. So I guess it makes a little bit of sense, but like, just go for the ether shock, dude. It's 140 damage at level 1. Top lane, early Bramble Maze already coming out. It's going to actually be pretty tough for them to secure any creeps. Doom got a net creep. So not the dream. The dream is to get the Unholy Aura, creep the Satyr, and then you can just like lane forever. Just actually also level 1 Aphotic Shield on the Abaddon. Not that Mist Coil that we always see from the position 5 Abaddon. A little bit uncommon. The problem is Aphotic Shield costs way too much mana. It's 50 mana instead of 100. Early point in spin as well, so not leveling up the Battle Hunger at level 1. Now picks up the Battle Hunger, but we also normally see the Battle Hunger at level 1. Axe is in a lot of trouble here. Hex onto the Lifestealer, but it's not going to get up. It only lasts for 1 second. And first blood for the Lifestealer on Havoc. So great start for him already. Meanwhile, Tinker outlast hitting the Dusa a little bit. This is pretty much expected, because whenever Dusa tries to go for a creep, she can get lasered and miss. It's pretty miserable. Early Drow Ranger Precision Aura cast coming out. So gonna push in the lanes a little bit. It's a bit confusing. Shadow Realm gonna hit this Drow pretty hard. Only level 1 though. But she's out of mana now. Has to hide for a while with the clarity. Abaddon also, still no points in the Mist Coil. This is not what I was expecting at all to come out from the support of Abaddon. It's going to be pretty hard for them to hit the Willow 4 times, because she can, oh actually, I'm gonna bite my words. It's gonna get the proc on Curse of Avernus, and just gonna get a kill onto the Dark Willow. So I guess not playing defensively, trying to play more aggressively, and the dude's gonna go down as well. Just the insane amount of slows coming out from the side of
The lanes are lined.
DeepDivers. Something a bit different. Actually, I like it a lot. With this Drow Ranger, the Frost Arrows. Hopefully, we'll see if she puts another point into Frost Arrows before she hits level 6 or level 8. So she can either put her next point in Gust or Frost Arrows. Gust would be the defensive option, but Frost Arrows would be the sick aggressive option.
Radiant's top
Maybe we'll
tower
see
is
that.
under siege.
The slow increases by a lot between level 1 and level 2. Usually, slows are multiplicative in Dota, so it's better to have one big slow. So if you had a 30% slow compared to like 15% slows, it's more effective. So the jump between 16 and 32 is pretty significant for boost speed. Slow. Dusa gonna go for a fast phase boost. I actually like this a lot. You normally see treads on Dusa, but because she's already got the Drow Ranger to give her attack speed, she doesn't need it. So the phase boost will help her tank up a little bit. Tinker has a regen rune, so got a bit lucky with that one. Won't be able to feel too much pressure from this Mystic Snake. It's gonna be pretty passive so far. Tinker with a lot more last hits than the Dusa. Again, this is pretty expected, and the Battle Hunger now on the Lifestealer is pretty annoying. Gonna have the 5-minute bounty runes come up. It looks like it's gonna be all 4 going the way of Team Twitter. So, nice positioning, just some awareness. Actually, Abaddon managed to get the bounty rune from Dark Willow. That was very unexpected, but gonna get the Curse of Avernus proc. But then can just Shadow Realm herself afterwards. Looks like it already expired as well. And Lifestealer will deny himself to the neutral creeps to deny the experience in gold. The Shakira will end up going down eventually. And if I was the Axe, I'd probably just cut the wave now. Just stay back here. And just don't engage the Lifestealer and lane anymore. He should have picked up a second stat shield for this strategy. Maybe something he could have done early on. But it looks like this is where the lane's going to be played out now. I don't think Jakiro will be able to contest by himself against the Axe. Actually, Dusa gets a solo kill on the Tinker somehow. What? How did that even happen? Just got a big boy Mystic Snake. Or maybe like lagged out a little bit. So I'm going to see this Jakiro 2 points into Liquid Fire, which is a little bit questionable. Usually you want to go 2 points in the Dragon Dual Breath early on, just to, it doubles the damage. It goes from 100 to 200, and the slow increases a bit as well. And like I said, slows increase multiplicativity. This movement speed slow is not that big though. And yeah, this Jarl, she's just been spamming out the precision auras. Probably not the best for her lanes, because like now this lane's gonna push in pretty aggressively for the Dusa, so she has to attack uphill now. Another pause for Team Twitter. So maybe this Tinker just lagged out and got killed by the Dusa. That's probably what happened, because I wouldn't expect Dusa to be able to get a kill on Tinker. Actually back off, so TP out. I feel like the Jakiro isn't really able to contest his axe that much. Especially with the 2 points of Liquid Fire. This is not that good of a build. The damage goes from what is it, 60 to 80, which is like not that great. The cooldown reduction is nice, but it's still 15 seconds. I don't agree with this at all. Someone's 420 pretty hard.
Indecipherable gibberish.
Alright, finally a point on the Misco's Gust will come out on the Drow Ranger, so gonna go for that early point in Gust. It makes a bit of sense. If she gets a gust on the Dark Willow once she hits 6. She definitely has kill potential on the Willow. Doom's gonna be way harder to take down now, I think. Actually, gonna get slowed significantly. One more hit for the Curse of Avernus. And this is the big problem with Curse of Avernus on Banner. It's just like not that great of an ability anymore. Got reworked recently and hasn't seen much use. It's like so hard. Like compared to the Monkey King, who has like 1 billion attack range for a melee hero and way faster attack speed, it just feels incredibly difficult to get the 4 hits of the curse onto the enemy. Also, the duration is only 4 seconds, so like Jinku lasts for like 15 seconds or something crazy like that, but you only have 4 seconds to get these stacks on Abaddon, which doesn't make that much sense actually. The rationale is like it slows them down by like a tiny bit, but like it's 10%. 10% is like 30 move speed. It's nothing. X punch the life stealing gets shackled, but this is pretty risky. Gets a nice 2-man ice path from Vlad, and Axe gonna be in a lot of trouble here. Another liquid fire comes out, but Axe won't go down. Just pressured out a lot. They don't have the shrine anymore. They're gonna ship himself another salve. This Axe is struggling a lot already. Alright, Hex onto the Jakiro. Gonna miss the call. So a bit unfortunate there. That's the problem with level 1 Hex on Shadow Shaman, but not much you can do. Gonna see an early Manta Style. Haven't heard of Medusa. I'm not too like informed about itemization on Dusa. I haven't really played the hero enough to understand where her power spikes are. I just know like she just wants to farm non-stop. And Manta Style helps with the farm a lot. Just maybe we'll just see an early Yasha. There's not much need for the full Manta Style because there's nothing to dispel with the Manta Style. But it has a pretty decent amount of damage and some more bodies for the heat-seeking missile to clash with. So it kinda just help with the Tinker spam a little bit, I guess. Probably see a Scotty afterwards. But usually if you want to see farming deuces, you want to go for like a Maelstrom after the Yasha. That would be the play if they're just gonna focus on farming, but maybe gonna try and group up a bit earlier and go for a bit of a death ball. Even then, I think Maelstrom would be the better choice because she's got all this bonus attack speed from the Drow Aura.
Radiant's middle tower.
Let's get more lightning procs off. Alright, 2 stacks on the Doom, but Doom is a very fast boy. Or Abaddon's just very slow. Actually, Abaddon's pretty fast. It's got like 315 base move speed. Now the Bramble base comes out, but not going to really do much. It's going to be a bit of a farm fest here. Not much going on. Spot lane's probably the only one where anything's going to happen. 10-minute bounty runes. Abaddon will get one at top. Dark will get another one. Tinker not using his illusions to deny the bounty runes, unfortunately. So Shadow Shaman will be able to pick up one. Should be able to pick up the other one. Looks like no one's going for it. So we'll be able to get it. He doesn't go for it himself. It's just sitting there. Meanwhile, the Axe in a bit of trouble. Gets dual breath, but misses. Almost as his Vanguard now. He's fallen a little bit behind, like where you want to see Axes at this point in the game. I would have really liked to see him just like buy 2 statues and play behind the tower, because if it's like Shadow Shaman and the Jakiro, if Shadow Shaman and the Axe, Jakiro can't take them both on by himself. Top lane, Bramble Maze will come out, but not going to see much else happen up here. Interesting build. Actually, Axe gets a kill onto the Lifestealer, so not even a call wasn't even used. Just getting enough spins to take down the Lifestealer apparently. Dude's getting really low. He will go down to the Mistcoil. Dark Willow also in a little bit of trouble. Nice aphotic shield to get rid of the Cursed Crown.
Radiant's top tower
Chow's just running after the Dark Willow, but Dark Willow is a faster hero with the Tranquil Boots as well.
Dire's middle tower is being attacked.
The Siege Creep is coming in the next one. No, the Siege Creep already died. But yeah, just a bit of trading going on here. Nice two-man call from the Axe, but the creeps aren't there to get the extra spins. Another two-man Ice Path coming on the flood. And two-man dual breath as well. Axe in a little bit of trouble. Will TP out. No Ice Path to cancel that. So nice heads up play from the Axe. The Shrine's back up as well, so you can just use the Shrine and come back to lane. I feel like the Shadow Shaman should probably go use the Shrine as well. Double damage at bot, but no one has any vision to spot it up. I don't know, I'm not sure I'm convinced about this Manta Star. I feel like Maelstrom would just help so much with both the damage output and the farming.
You lay a hand on me.
Dark Willow will go down again, gets gusted and taken out. Gonna see Dragonlance come out for the Drow Ranger. A 4-staff is pretty useful actually. Tinker goes down again. Looks like he is lagging out again. So this is spelling a pretty rough time for Team Twitter. Because Tinker's already died twice solo to the Deucer. Has been to travel now, but I mean, if he keeps lagging out, he's gonna struggle a lot this game to have impact. Deucer's gonna finally see the double damage, the dream. Gonna now farm up the ancients. Oh no, he didn't pick up the double damage. Not sure what's going on there. Top lane's going a lot better than I expected. This aggressive build coming out of the abandon early on, the 2-1-0-2-1.
Where were we? Radiant was pushing.
Oh, wait.
Or was it? Okay, never mind.
I'm confused now. I
Everyone
don't know what's
just go
going
bottom.
on. But I mean, yeah, I mean, this is pretty rough for the Tinker if he keeps lagging out. Shakira is queuing up another Tranquil Boots, the dual boots strategy. Two observers right next to each other. Illusions deal 60% less damage to structures. I remember when that wasn't the case, and every game had Shadow Demon. That was a pretty dark time in Dota's history. And Naga Siren. Oh my god, I almost quit Dota because of Naga Siren. She was so ridiculous. Onto the Jakiro from Dark Willow. Not sure what that was about. Maybe we'll just skip ahead a little bit on the replay, so we can do that in this hacks mode. But it'd be kind of disappointing, I think, if Tinker just ends up lagging out, because Tinker really is like the crux of this draft. You know, they spent the 10th pick on Tinker, and now their internet doesn't work. Because alright, well, we're back in the game. So can see the double damage picked up by the Deucer, and Axe is coming as well. So the Jakiro in a lot of trouble. Will go down to the Deucer. For a new killing spree after those 2 free kills on the Tinker in mid. Rage will come out. The Axe does have core, but he goes the wrong way, so a nice juke from the Lifestealer. We'll be able to get out. Alright, and this bot tower under a lot of pressure early on, dropping the Serpent Wards. Probably don't need it, because this Deucer with double damage and the Drought Aura is just shelling out a lot of damage early on. It's 71 bonus attack speed for the Drought for the Deucer this early on. That's like a Hyperstone and a half. That's so ridiculous.
Middle tower taking damage.
Drought now also level 9. So
Dire's middle
they're gonna
tower
pressure
is
this
being
tower pretty
attacked.
hard as well. And this Tinker is probably not ready to fight yet. TP's in with the missiles. The missile will hit the Shadow Shaman. He's got a long duration rearm.
Radiant's towers are
No
fortified.
vision to
Don't
get
get
it.
these with that
Didn't drop the
information.
Ice Path
Radiant's
for the
top tower
vision,
is under
unfortunately.
siege.
The Ice Path does give you vision, but Dual
Radiant
Breath does
has
not.
lost their
But the
top
missile
tower.
will eventually kill the Shadow Shaman to a slow and embarrassing death.
Radiant's middle tower is
Drow
taking
takes the tower at
damage.
top. So
No more
like the
middle
Tinker's
tower
pretty
for
farmed for
Radiant.
like where he needs to be, but just Dusa, she's so jacked up. Looks 8k, almost 8k net worth, 14 minutes of the game. Has the money for the Manta Star if she wants to go for it. See what Bazinga decides to go for next. Anathorn gonna finish up a Hurricane Pike. Been hearing a lot of negative things about Hurricane Pike as I can find it recently. Oh, 1 second. Axe in a little bit of trouble on the bot lane. Goes for a call and will be able to get out. Tinker's here though, so this could get pretty scary for the Axe. Missile will come out. Another rearm. Ice Path onto the Axe and another missile. Misses? No, missile will take out the Axe. So Axe goes down to the Tinker. Nice kill for the Tinker. Another missile onto the Shadow Shaman. These missiles do so much damage, 350 damage early on. Yeah, so I've been hearing a lot of people have been talking about how like Hurricane Pike is like it's just like you pay 5k gold for a 4-star. The other stats don't really do that much. It's been tuned down a lot. It used to give like it used to give 20 agility. Okay, so it still gives like pretty good stats, but like it just doesn't feel as worth it as like the 5k you put into it. So we'll see. Alright, Tinker TPing in, but it's gonna be actually Abaddon doesn't have his ultimate. Actually misses the heat-seeking missiles. They didn't have vision for it.
Under siege.
I've seen this max dual liquid fire build.
Dyer's
So
top
I've tried
tower
this
is
a
being
few times, but it just seems like very underwhelming. It's nice if
Dyer's
you're gonna
structures
push
are
early
fortified.
and be nice and aggressive. Axe, he can just dunk the courier. He didn't go for the dunk on the
tower is
courier,
under
unfortunately.
siege.
Probably didn't know he could do it. Tinker's here now, but it actually has 2 points in the rearm this early on. We don't normally see this that
Dyer's
often
top
because
tower is being
it's pretty mana intensive, but looks like it's gonna be okay. The Abaddon illusions are eating up all the missiles, so it's a bit unfortunate for the Tinker there. And another missile might come out, and the Axe will finally go down. Actually, Jakiro secures the kill, and hopefully Jakiro uses his liquid fire to take the tower now. So this is like the one opportunity that liquid fire is good in. But the way I think about it is like you can kill the enemy team by maxing Ice Path and then take the tower off instead of chipping away at the tower. It looks like Tinker was able to secure the kill. Going to go for an early
Dyer's
Kaya.
bottom
So
tower is being attacked.
we used to go Aether Lens back
Dyer's
when it
bottom
gave
tower
Spell
is in
Amp, but it doesn't
pieces.
anymore. So now you have to choose between Aether Lens and Kaya. I guess the Kaya helping him spam the rearm a little bit more often because of that mana cost reduction. So I think Kaya does make a bit more sense on Tinker than the Aether Lens does. Hopefully, he's gonna go for a blink there. So he actually didn't go for the blink first, which is I think this is okay as well. I think it justifies the 2 points in the rearm because it costs a lot of mana. It's from like 100 to 200. Actually, it used to be like 250 to 350. No, 150 to 250. So I think the mana cost did go down a little bit recently for rearm, which is a nice move for Tinker. But we started seeing this hero that often. I think it's just a little bit slow. But despite the deaths due to lag, he's after actually a pretty good start. So I feel like
Maybe no one attacked
DeepDivers, they're in a
Dyer's
little
for
bit of
few
trouble
seconds
here. See another Bramble Maze come out, just to annoy them a little bit. I'm gonna go for Yules on Dark World. It makes a lot of sense. You can like, the combo is like you Curse Crown, Yules, and then you drop the Bramble Maze in front of them, like underneath where they're gonna land, and then the Curse Crown goes off and you get the Bedlam. It just does so much damage as well. Yeah, see, minus radiance, the normal stuff. Jakiro actually gonna run the other way. I'm not really sure where he's going, but we'll be able to dodge this gank. They didn't smoke for it, so they had this ward here to spot them out. Abaddon, he's in pretty deep. He's just a support, but he's got a Vlad already as a position 5 Abaddon, so he's doing pretty well. The Shadow Shaman helping out with the wards a little bit. His lane was kind of rough.
Dire's top tower is being
Kira
attacked.
now baiting them in a little bit. He's gonna get hexed and then shackled. But Tinker, can he help out in time? He's pretty far away, not in range for the missiles. The 7 wants to be dropped down. So Jakira's actually pretty tanky, so won't go down straight away. They focus the lifestealer instead, but they're not gonna be able to kill this lifestealer. Because Crown comes out, gets disabled by dispelled by the Phonic Shield, so nice play by the Baron. Gonna see an early butterfly come out of the Dry Ranger. This is quite the build. Hurricane Pike into butterfly. I'd probably want to see a BKB, honestly. You can just ignore the Jakiro and the Willow completely. And the Tinker as well. So like, BKB has a lot of value in this game. Gonna be an early have a 4-staff come out of the Dusa. Again, like 4-staffs are pretty nice against Lifestealer. So it does make sense that they're building a lot of 4-staffs, and maybe Dusa will eventually spend the other 3k gold to pick up the Hurricane Pike. Maybe later on in the game. It's not very high priority right now. Gonna go for a Scotty next, makes a lot of sense. But when are we gonna see the BKB come out of Dusa? Because she can just get lasered once the Tinker gets ags, which hopefully he goes for. He has money for the blink now. He should probably go for that. Go for a blink. Yeah, hopefully we see the ags next. The laser bounce will be pretty nice. Top lane, the Shadow Shaman gets doomed and gonna go down here. Slow and painful death. A little bit of an overkill, but just wanted to make sure he didn't get away. Meanwhile, the Abaddon is gonna get feared up by the Dark Willow, and they're gonna be able to disengage here. Let's see what Tinker wants to go for. I do think Ags is the better choice here, just to spam out the other 4 rockets and the bouncing laser onto the Drow. The disarm of the Drow Dusa would be pretty huge. Oh, not disarm, the mischance. It's pretty much a disarm, 100% mischance. So until they get BKB, FKB is like not gonna be. It's pretty much a disarm.
Radiant's middle tower is taking damage.
Baron gonna pick up that experience talent, I suppose. I assume. Drow not going for the Gust talent. I think it's okay. You don't want to end up in the situation where you gust the Tinker and then he gets pushed back way too far and then suddenly you can't kill him anymore. That's like the worst case scenario. Blink forward from the Axe onto the Willow. She's gonna be okay. Axe doesn't do that much damage by himself. There's no creeps nearby to get the extra spin procs. And meanwhile, the Jakiro will go down to the Drow. Just gets gusted up and taken out by the Anathorn and Dreamcaller. Debug this has Ogre Club queued up. That's kind of weird. I don't know what he's going for. Inferno Blade onto the Doom, and the Shadow Shaman and Axe are quite low. They have vision to chase here if they want. Another rocket comes out onto the Shadow Shaman. It's blocked by the Aphotic Shield, but another rocket comes out. They've got the high ground wards, but they don't know it's there. Gonna back out a little bit. Still only 2 points in the rearms and not the ridiculous rearm time that we see at level 3. Big forward onto the Lifestealer. It's pretty big. Gust onto the Lifestealer as well. Lifestealer's gonna go down. Drow dishing out so much damage. Doom also in a lot of trouble. Gets another marksmanship proc. Doom's so low. Gets the Doom onto Dusa, but he's gonna go down anyway. So 3 down on the side of Team Twitter. The Abaddon will be able to get his ulti off. The silence onto the Tinker. Tinker's gonna go down as well. And now a complete disaster from the side of Team Twitter. They can just push down mid with this Drow and Dusa, and they're gonna push very, very fast. Tinker may be forced to buy back here. if they decide to go high ground. I think it's going to be pretty tough.
Radiant
Macropire
has
still on
fortified their
cooldown for a little
towers.
bit longer, so they might be forced to buy back here.
Radiant's
Gust,
middle tower
4-star
is being
forward,
attacked.
Gust onto the Willow, but will go uphill. They're going to not have the vision to take this out. Actually, the Shadow Shaman drops wards on the
Radiant's middle
T2
tower
tower,
is
so they're going to back
taking
out
damage.
after this. Not
Radiant's
looking to
middle
go for the
tower has
racks.
fallen.
They can also go for top lane as well. This tower is going to go down pretty fast. The Dusa and Drow, they decide to go for it. Drought, just 4-star forward actually does
Radiant's
a ton of
top
damage
tower
onto
is
the
under
Lifestealer
siege.
already. He still doesn't have his radius, and the Butterfly is now done on the Drow Ranger. She's going to be pretty hard to take down for the Lifestealer and the Doom now. Tinker's going to have to do a lot of heavy lifting this game. Gonna go for the axe as expected.
Radiant's middle tower is being attacked.
No follow up to get this axe kill, unfortunately. This game's looking pretty grim for the side of Team Twitter. Tinker not being able to show off as much as he would like his internet has
Dire's middle tower taking
colored
damage.
himself a little bit. So 10k gold advantage for the side of Amazon
Dire's middle
DeepDivers.
tower has
Already
been denied,
15k
bastards.
experience ahead, and their win rate is approaching, steadily approaching 100%. So gonna get the taunt onto the Dark Willow. Dark Willow, a lot of TPs are coming in from Team Twitter. Dark Willow will go down. Hex onto the Jakiro, but now he can get a 2-man Ice Path if he lands it. Misses the Ice Path completely, and isn't able to get any damage on the axe before he TPs out. Abaddon's got his ulti, so he shouldn't have any fear at all. The Drought will be able to take out the Lifestealer before he is able to get anything done, and a double kill from the Drow Ranger. She's so far ahead, so much damage coming out of her already. 2.2k damage in a few seconds.
Radiant's top tower
You're gonna
is
go
being
for a
attacked.
Daedalus, going for the full damage build this game. This Abaddon's been taking really well for her. She's had
Radiant's
some
top
excellent
tower
positioning.
is under siege. Radiant's top tower has fallen.
And Dreamcaller just being that obnoxious guy on the front line with Wildebeest, just causing so much chaos, and then letting the Drow and Deucer just deal their damage. The Skadi is now done with the Deucer as well. So it's going
Radiant's
to be
bottom
very
tower
hard
is
for this
being
Lifestealer
attacked.
to get anything done now. The Skadi slow goes through Rage. So looking very, very
Radiant's
grim
bottom
for the side
tower
of Team
is
Twitter.
demolished.
The Serpent Wars are also back up. But hopefully they can hold this off with a Macropire or a March of the Machines. We might see a Macropire here. No, not. It's definitely worth using. Okay, Serpent Wars come down now, and they don't have any good heroes to take it out. Jakiro didn't go for the attack range talent, and the Axe will eventually go down to the Dark Willow. She gets spammed out pretty hard. Drow 2-shots the Dark Willow. Okay, Jakiro did go for the 300 attack range talent, so he has to he's gonna have to trade with the Serpent Wards now instead of being able to take them out from long range.
Radiant's bottom tower under fire.
Looks like DeepDivers, they want to go for the Roach next. Makes a lot of
Dire's
sense.
middle tower
Just
taking
put it on the
damage.
Deucer, and she's not going to be able to die anymore. They're not going to be able to kill her twice. They can just let her run at the towers.
Dire's middle tower
Use the
is being
Stargaze on the
attacked.
second life to as a get out of jail free card as well. Pretty slow Roach if it's just the Deucer, but just coming in now, gonna dish out that hurt. So Tinker, he's almost got his axe. He's only one component away, but I don't know if he's gonna get it before the next push. It's pretty scary. This Tinker Water in the bot lane, so only the top lane is safe to farm now.
Roshan has fallen to the Dire.
Immortality.
Abaddon didn't buy a Quelling Blade, so he's not going to be able to de-ward uphill. So one of the problems of playing a melee support, but I guess he hasn't needed it so far. Tinker getting very close to his axe now. And it should make a big difference for him. Just that rocket spam, the laser bounce as well. And there's still no BKBs or MKBs on the side of on the Drow or the Medusa, so The laser's gonna be pretty effective. Jakiro has a Yule, so won't be able to miss those ice paths anymore. But the Abaddon gets spotted out by the Doom, but he's got his ulti, so he shouldn't have any fear here. Isn't able to take out that Sentry Ward because Abaddon took his out first. Tinker's got his Ags now, well, 100 gold away, so it's pretty close to the next creep wave. Mac's gonna go for a heart actually, so just trying to tank up a little bit. I would have liked to see a pipe from him actually, to just deal with this rocket spam a little bit better, at least give his team a little bit of more effective HP. Also helps protect the creeps against Jakiro. So Jakiro can't just instantly kill the wave with the Macropire. But we haven't been seeing Jakiro use his Macropire to clear creep waves yet. 4-star forward by the Drow Ranger. Gotta take out this Jakiro in 3 hits. So godlike on Anathon. And nice 2-man fear onto the Drow and the Deucer, and Doom on the Drow as well. She's the one without the she's the one with the Aegis, so that's the one that's not worth it at all. Axe will eventually go down. Tinker's here with the Axe now, so gonna dish out a lot of pain, but he's running low on mana, won't get gusted up, so we'll be able to make it out. But the Doom and the Jakiro are down. Willow's forced to bite back. This lifesteal hasn't been able to do anything all game. It's just Drow does so much damage, taking half the health off of the Dark Willow and half the health of the Tinker in like 2 hits. It's gonna be really hard. The Serpent Wars come down, but Jakiro didn't take the attack reach challenge, so won't be able to take out these Serpent Wars. A nice 2-man laser will take out Abaddon and Shadow Shaman there. Drow's in a lot of trouble. She's gonna go down with Tinker TP's back in. Gonna TP, blink forward aggressively. The Stone Gaze onto the Tinker is able to get the laser again, and the Drow and the Deuce is gonna go down as well. Excellent turnaround by Team Twitter. This Tinker pumping off now.
Dominating.
Ultra kill for Lutz. It's a great play from the Tinker.
Double damage.
This Ag's making all the difference. What's he gonna go for next? I feel like he kind of needs something to like a get out of jail free card against the Drow Silence. He needs maybe like some sort of defensive item. Maybe an Aeon Disc would be pretty cool. But I don't know. Can you refresh Aeon Disc? Is that a thing? That seems pretty OP if you could. So maybe you can't. It's like how you can't refresh Midas or BKB. Oh no, you can't rearm Midas or BKB. Lincoln Sphere. Oh yeah, okay. You can't rearm Aeon Disc, that'd be pretty bullshit. But it would still be incredibly useful for him. I think he should definitely go for it. If he gets caught out, his team is pretty screwed because everyone else is just meat shields for the Tinker at this point. Tinker's gonna have to, you know, carry his team on his back. Nice Ice Path will cancel the call from the Axe, but he still has another call. Actually, interesting, he got another Blink Dagger. Maybe didn't blink forward to that first one. Willow didn't have Shadow Realm on this, and Tinker's here now, so he's gonna have to sound the retreat from the side of Amazon DeepDivers. They don't have vision up the hill, so it's just super dangerous for the Tinker. He should definitely not go up there. Gonna go for an Aether Lens next, so he's gonna soon run out of slots. This is probably not the best choice for the Tinker, honestly. He's not having any problems with like the cast range or anything. Doom will go down to a few shots from the Drow Ranger, getting a solo kill, but I think Deuce saw the experience. She's almost level 25 as well, 25% evasion on top of the 35% from the butterfly, so 51% evasion. Yeah, the math checks out. So Lifestealer, he's pretty much useless this game. He should just try and tank up for the Tinker, so maybe buy like a heart or something, just to stay alive a little bit longer, maybe look for his own Aeon Disc, because honestly everything is on the back of Tinker at this point. So everyone else should just look to try and tank up and buy as much time for the Tinker. Maybe Doom should go for, yeah, he's gonna go for a Lotus Orb to try and protect the Tinker. He can dispel the silence on the Tinker if that happens. there's no... it's also nice against the Shadow Shaman. I think Lotus Orb is only a basic dispel, I think, so it won't be able to get rid of the Hex. It actually won't get rid of the Hex or the Shackles, but we'll be able to reflect them, so if you reflect the Shackles, it's gonna cancel? Maybe they just both get stunned. I'm not really sure what the interaction is. It's a channeling skill, right? So it's probably not gonna work. Shadow Shaman would just TP out in front of their faces. Doom could have thrown a boulder at the Shadow Shaman. He might have died there. Tinker blinking in very aggressively. They have vision on the side of Amazon DeepDivers here. So Lutz is gonna be careful. If he goes down, he does have buyback. He needs to save for buyback as well. If he doesn't save for buyback, he can't afford to make any mistakes because his team would just die. Lifestealer almost got a Manta style, so we'll be able to finally rage out of the Gust by using the Manta. But he's still gonna die in like 3 hits to the Drow Ranger. Drow gets another Gust onto the Willow, but misses, unfortunately. Tinker's in. This is pretty scary for the Tinker. They do have nice vision on this high ground here, so Tinker will be able to get nice missiles off. The ulti from the Banner pops Doom onto the Shadow Shaman, so the Tinker should be free to do whatever he wants in this fight. He just needs to buy a little bit of space so he can blink out. Doesn't get the blink out, so Tinker will go down. He's gonna have to buy back here. The Jakira and the Willow go down as well. And the Doom will also go down. Shadow Shaman buys back. He's just gonna try and come in and drop some Serpent Wards. Makes a lot of sense. And if they find the Tinker one more time, he actually goes for the Kaya Sanj to tank up a little bit. That's okay. It's probably not the best item pickup. I still think Aeon Disc would have been probably the most ideal pickup. He just wasn't, he re-armed but just barely wasn't able to TP out. The Drow Ranger almost threw 2 shots. The Lifestealer wasn't able to get crit on the second hit. Tinker's bought back now, manages to dodge the Gust with a blink, but now he's in a lot of trouble. He's gonna go down again. It's a dive back on the Tinker, and this game is pretty much over now. We'll see Team Twitter call GG soon. Jakiro also died back there. This game's over. So, big mistake from Lutz not being able to save himself there. This Drow Ranger dealing so much damage this game. And he has a BKB as well with a 50% cooldown reduction. So everyone down on the side of Team Twitter. Bit of a wasted terrorizer. So Lutz not quite able to carry his team, unfortunately. The Drow and the Deuce are just dealing too much damage, and his team wasn't able to protect him for long enough. Also, the two deaths in lane were pretty unfortunate. They were like pretty boosts of travel, and slowed him down a little bit and made the Deucer get a pretty big head start. But the Deucer wasn't the only problem; it was also the Drow. So unfortunately, yeah, Lutz just not able to carry his team. 41k damage on the Drow Ranger, that's insane. What?